You ever say something in English and the other person just laughs? Not mean, not cruel, just surprised. Maybe you said, I am exciting when you meant excited. And instead of correcting you, they smiled. That wasn't pity. That was charm. Welcome to Monday English Podcast, where your so-called mistakes might be the best part of your English. If you're tired of hiding behind grammar books and waiting for permission to speak perfectly, good, you're in the right place. Let's be honest. You've been told to fear mistakes, that they make you sound stupid, unprofessional, like a child. But what if they don't? What if some mistakes actually make you sound human, funny, even, dare I say it, hot? Today we're going to look at the mistakes people fear the most and ask, are they really that bad, or are they just misunderstood? First, we'll talk about wrong words, right vibe, and why simple, broken English sometimes connects better than textbook perfection. Then we'll go into your accent isn't a problem, your fear is. Finally, we'll hit grammar mistakes that still slap. Because yes, even your verb sins can be forgiven. So before we start, here's a question. What's more embarrassing? Saying the wrong thing in English or never saying anything at all? Think about that. Then get ready to enter segment 1. Because today, your English isn't broken. It's spicy. You say, I go store now, and the other person nods. Not because it's perfect. Not because it's fancy, but because it works. They get it. You're going to the store. Mission complete. That's the thing people forget. Language is for connection, not collection. You don't need a PhD in grammar to buy bananas. You need courage, and maybe a reusable bag. Let's kill the idea that your English must be perfect before it's useful. Some of the most effective communication comes from broken English with strong energy. That's what we call vibe. A vibe is the feeling people get from you. Example, I late, sorry, is short, wrong, and honest. The vibe? You care. You're here, you're trying, that's enough. Now let's talk about one of my favorite English moments. I once heard a learner say, I am boring, when they meant I am bored. The grammar? Wrong. The impact? Amazing. Everyone laughed in a good way. The sentence wasn't correct, but it was real. That moment was human. That moment connected. And connection is what language is for. Not sounding smart, just sounding like a person. Here's another truth. Native speakers break grammar rules all the time. They say stuff like, me and him went, or I ain't got none. It's technically wrong, but completely normal in real life. You hear it in movies, music, and street talk. So stop worshiping perfect grammar like it's a golden statue. Newsflash, even the grammar gods get lazy. Making mistakes doesn't mean you failed. It means you tried. And trying takes effort. Effort means you use energy to do something. Like when you wake up early to practice English, even when you'd rather sleep. That's effort. It shows. It matters. Nobody claps for perfect silence, but people remember when you speak with effort, even if it's messy. Another new word for today is confident. If you're confident, you feel sure about yourself. You can say, I don't speak perfect English, but I will try. That's confidence, not I am fluent. Just I am brave enough to talk. That's the power move. Because waiting to be fluent before you speak is like saying, I want 6-pack abs before I go to the gym. Uh-huh. Sure you do. People are not grammar checkers. They're just people. They listen, they laugh, they talk back, they want to connect, not correct. And even when you say something wrong, if the meaning is clear, you win. So let's flip the fear. Let's stop saying my English is bad and start saying my English talks. Maybe wrong, but it talks. That's the attitude. So here's your tiny task. Tell a short story in English today. Mistakes allowed. Bonus points if you laugh at yourself. Because next, we're diving into your next favorite fear, your accent. And spoiler alert, it's not the problem. You are. See you there. You say the word beach and suddenly everyone in the room starts giggling. You meant to talk about the ocean, not say something rude. Oops. That little pronunciation mistake? It happens. And it's not the end of the world. It's not even the end of your sentence. It's a beginning. Because learning to speak English means learning to mess up sounds, laugh it off, and keep going. Let's talk about that thing you hate. Your accent. An accent is the way someone sounds when they speak. It comes from your first language. It's how your mouth and brain work together. Example, someone from Italy might say this is a good a pizza. That's an accent. It's not bad. It's not broken. It's just flavor. Yes. Flavor, like spice in food. Your voice has seasoning. Why are you trying to wash it out? You've probably heard the lie. A good accent means good English. No, a clear accent is helpful. A native accent is optional. Native just means someone who grew up with English. You didn't, and that's okay. You're not late. You're just different. And different is interesting. Here's another word for today. Clear. If your speech is clear, people understand you. That's the goal. Not sounding American. Not copying every sound perfectly, just clear. Like this. I want coffee. Say it slow. Say it proud. Say it however your mouth lets you. If they get the message, you win. Now let's be honest, some of your pronunciation mistakes are hilarious. I once heard someone say, I like to eat crabs, but they said it in a way that made it sound like crap. Everyone laughed. Did anyone die? No. Did the waiter bring seafood? Yes. Mission complete. This is part of the journey. A journey is the path you take from start to finish. Example. Learning English is a journey with stops, mistakes, and weird signs along the road. And guess what? Every time you mispronounce a word, you're moving forward. You're practicing. You're trying. That's more than most people do. You need to be brave. Brave means doing something even when you're scared. Example, saying a long English word in front of strangers, even if your tongue twists in fear. That's brave. Don't wait until your accent disappears. It probably won't. And honestly, it shouldn't. You keep saying, I don't want to sound funny. Well, too late. Everyone sounds funny in their second language. That's how we grow. Think about kids. They say ominal instead of animal. Adults smile and help. Nobody cancels them for bad English. So why do you cancel yourself? Let's learn another word, rhythm. Rhythm is the beat or pattern in speaking or music. Example, English has rhythm. Stress goes on certain words. If your rhythm is different, people might need a second to adjust. But they still understand. It's not a bug. It's a remix. You're not broken. You're just not in sync. Yet. Want a reality check? If people can understand singers who mumble half their lyrics, they can understand you. Your excuse of, but my voice sounds weird is cute, but unnecessary. Weird voices rule the world now. Have you heard podcasts lately? Everyone sounds tired. You'll fit in. Here's your next vocab word. Funny. Funny means something that makes people laugh. Like when you say ship and it comes out sounding like something else. Yes, it's awkward. But funny can also mean charming, playful, human. People like human. Stop trying to sound like a robot. Next word, fear. Fear is the bad feeling you get when something might go wrong. You fear making a mistake. But here's the truth. Your fear is bigger than your mistake. People will forget your mistake. But you'll remember your fear. And it will block you from speaking again. Don't let it. And let's not forget the most important word, practice. Practice means doing something many times to get better, like saying world 10 times until your mouth stops fighting you. Practice is not magic. It's not pretty, but it works. Just like the gym, just like brushing your teeth. Repetition makes confidence. Now go record one sentence in English, a long one, maybe even one that scares you. Say it, then say it again, louder. Not perfect, just louder. And now that your voice is warming up, let's talk grammar. Yes, even your grammar mistakes can work for you. See you in segment 3. You say, yesterday I go park, and the other person smiles and says, nice. Weather was good? That's it. No grammar police, no sirens, just understanding. Because even though the sentence was wrong, the message was clear. And that, my friend, is the real goal of grammar, to help people understand, not to win a gold medal, not to make your old English teacher proud, just to connect. Let's start with the word grammar. Grammar is the set of rules for a language. It tells you how to build a correct sentence, like using went instead of go for the past tense. But let's be honest, real people break grammar all the time. I ain't got time. He don't care. Me and my friend went shopping. These are all common. Wrong in school, normal in life. Welcome to the messy truth. Now think about this. If you wait to speak only when your grammar is perfect, you might never speak. You'll stay quiet, overthinking every sentence like it's a science project. And guess what? That perfect sentence in your head helps no one. But your bad sentence, spoken out loud, can start a conversation. That's progress. That's brave. That's useful. Let's talk about a simple mistake, using the wrong tense. You say, she eat lunch now, instead of she is eating lunch. Is it wrong? Yes. Do people still understand you? Also, yes. The meaning is there. You didn't freeze. You didn't disappear. You talked. That's what matters. And here's the wild part. Some native speakers say things like that too, especially when they're tired, busy, or texting. So maybe you're not behind. Maybe you're just real. Let me give you another word. Sentence. A sentence is a group of words that makes a full thought. Like, I like pizza. That's a sentence. Now let's change it. I like pizza very much yesterday. Not perfect, but we still understand. You're talking about pizza in the past. Mission complete. And sometimes clarity beats correctness. People don't stop talking to you because of grammar. They stop if they don't understand your point. And you made the point. Here's another one. Energy. Energy is the feeling and strength in how you talk. Imagine someone saying, I am happy, like a robot. Then imagine someone saying, I'm so happy today, with a big smile and arms in the air. Which one do you remember more? Yeah, thought so. Energy beats grammar, every time. Now let's be brave and talk about articles. Articles are words like a, an, and the. They help explain which thing you mean. Like, I saw a dog versus I saw the dog. Do native speakers always use them right? Nope. In fast talk, they disappear. She bought car. He play guitar. Do people still get the meaning? Yep. So don't panic over little words. Focus on the big picture. You know what else people love to judge? More better, more easier, most funniest. These are double comparatives. Technically wrong. But people feel the emotion in them. You're not just saying something is good. You're saying it's really extra, unbelievably good. That's emotion. That's connection. Sometimes being technically wrong is emotionally right. Let's define understand. To understand means to know what something means. Like if I say my cat no eat food, and you understand that I'm worried about my cat. Did I use perfect grammar? No. But you understood me, so it worked. So please, stop chasing the grammar fairy. She's busy. She doesn't care if you say go instead of went once in a while. Here's another helpful word, fix. Fix means to make something right or better. If you speak English and someone doesn't understand you, you can fix the sentence. You can say it again, slower, or with different words. Communication is not one try. It's a team effort. You can always fix it. You just have to start. Now for my favorite excuse. I need to study more grammar before I talk. Right. And I need to buy 10 cookbooks before I make toast. Stop hiding behind rules. Start using the words you already know. Grammar is important, but not more important than talking. Talking is how you learn the grammar, not the other way around. Last word for today, better. Better means more good. Example, my English is better than last year. That's a win. You didn't say perfect. You said better. That's progress. Better is what we want every day. Not perfect, just better. And sometimes more better still makes the listener smile because it's honest, because it's real. So here's your tiny task. Write one sentence today with a grammar mistake on purpose. Then say it out loud. Smile. Own it. Because in our next segment, we're going full real talk. And yes, it might roast your favorite excuse. Stay with me. Let's get one thing straight. Your English is not broken. You're not broken. You're just loud. Learning loudly. And that's 1,000,000 times better than staying quiet and pretending you're waiting to feel ready. You've said that, haven't you? I'll speak when I'm ready. Cute. But you've been getting ready since 2012. That's not preparation. That's hiding. You keep thinking your mistakes are shameful, like every wrong sentence is a red mark on your soul. Newsflash, nobody cares. Seriously, most people are too busy worrying about their own accent, their own mistakes, their own mess. You're not a failure for saying, I am very excited. You're a legend. You made a sentence out of thin air. You showed up. You tried. And if that sentence made someone smile, guess what? It worked. You need to stop treating mistakes like diseases. They're not infections. They're signs of life. Every time you get something wrong, it means you're actually speaking. And speaking is the point. This isn't a grammar exam. This is your life. This is you, ordering coffee, telling a story, making a friend. You speak to live, not to win some imaginary language trophy. You think the goal is perfection. It's not. It's freedom. The freedom to talk without checking every word in your head. The freedom to be real, not robotic. 'Cause that weird sentence you're ashamed of? That's someone else's courage goal. You said it. Out loud. That means you're ahead. And don't give me the, but I'm scared to sound stupid excuse. You don't sound stupid. You sound scared. And scared is fine. Scared means you care. But scared doesn't mean silent. You're allowed to sound weird. You're allowed to make people laugh. That's not failure. That's connection. That's what makes language powerful. So say the sentence. Say it wrong. Say it loud. And if your voice shakes, good. That means it's real. You don't grow in silence. You grow in mistakes. Loud, weird, lovable mistakes. The kind that make you stronger. The kind that remind you, hey, you're doing it. Not perfectly, but bravely. Here's your task. Share one of your funniest English mistakes with someone today. Laugh. Don't hide. Because up next, we're going full strategy mode. Let's turn your mess into momentum. Let's make those mistakes louder. So here we are. You made it through an episode about mistakes. And guess what? You survived. Even better, you probably saw yourself in a few of those wrong sentences. Maybe you've said, I go store now, or mixed up bored and boring. Maybe you've whispered beach with fear in your heart. Maybe you've said more better like it was a power move. Good. That means you're not just learning English, you're using it. You're in the game. And yes, sometimes your English sounds like it just woke up from a nap. That's fine. So do most people. You learned today that bad grammar doesn't always mean bad communication. That pronunciation mistakes are part of the journey, not proof of failure. That a strong vibe can fix a weak sentence. And that your ugly English is still English. Still real. Still working. People understand you when you speak, even with mistakes. And if they don't, you try again. You fix it. That's how you grow. You're not chasing perfection. You're building something better, something honest, useful, and actually yours. And let's be honest, you love using this excuse. I'll speak when I feel confident. No, you won't. You'll feel confident when you speak, not before. Not after reading 10 more grammar books. Not after finishing another vocabulary app. Confidence doesn't come from waiting, it comes from doing. from trying, from sounding ridiculous and laughing anyway. So here's your final task. Write one sentence today with a mistake in it and say it out loud. Just one. Pick any word, mess it up a little, and speak. Make it yours. Ugly and proud. If this episode helped you feel a little bolder, even for a minute, share it with someone else who's scared of messing up. Someone who hides behind long grammar notes but never opens their mouth. Someone who keeps saying, "My English is not good," like it's a personality trait. Send them this episode. Or better, listen to it together and roast your old mistakes. And if that person is you, even better. Keep going. Come back next Monday. Subscribe to Monday English Podcast so you don't miss the next push. We'll be here. Still tired, still sarcastic, still cheering you on. Speak ugly. Speak anyway.